Hello everyone! Welcome to 30 Days Piano with Viky for Beginners. Today we are learning The Lord of the Rings and this is day 1. I'm Viky. I have been a piano teacher for more than 15 years and a professional pianist for more than 20 years. I have a master's degree from the Royal College of Music and a PhD from the Guildhall School of Music and Drama in London. In this 30 Days Piano for Beginners, we'll learn one famous movie theme per day. Each day we'll progress in difficulty and learn something new. Now I will play you the piece. So with The Lord of the Rings, we're going to learn a few notes, and if you need any help with the rhythm or how to read those notes, you can watch our video on music notation part 1 and part 2. So the notes that we're going to play with in Dreams for The Lord of the Rings are from the middle C to the higher E. So in order to play this piece, we have to be quite fluent at finding the notes on the piano as well. So you could exercise that by just calling out the notes from the musical alphabet and finding them randomly on the piano. In the slide next to me, we can see how they look like. So we're going to try and read them as well. So we have the C, the D, the E, the F, the G, the A, the B, the C, the D, and the E. It is a very good exercise to try and play the scale of the piece that we're going to learn. So in this case, in Dreams from The Lord of the Rings is in C major. That's why we're going to play the C major scale with our right hand before we start learning the piece. This is how the C major scale looks like. Going down. Now the challenging part here is to go under our third finger, like this, and then over the thumb. You can exercise that by doing this movement. So once you've done your C major scale, which is your short warm-up before starting to play in Dreams, it's good to play a few times the really tricky passages from this piece. So the first tricky passage is the following one. Why is this passage tricky? Because we have to skip a few notes. As you have probably already tried playing on your piano, sometimes when you start as a beginner, you tend to play in different positions instead of attempting to approach a larger position. So the different close positions are having each finger on each key, like this. Once you're a bit more familiar with the notes on the piano and you feel a little more relaxed to open up and try to play other notes as well, it is a little more tricky for the fingers to actually stretch and find these notes in speed. That's why it's good to repeat these technical challenges on their own a few times before you approach a piece. So in this case, the tricky passage is Now, what is the tricky part from this? That we have to play the D, C, and B, and then with the second finger skip the A and go to the G, skip the F and go to the E with the thumb, and then go over to the second finger and play the C. Once you've realized that and you've repeated it at least 3 times, you can try and play it in speed. So 2 quavers, crotchet, minim note, 2 beats, and then crotchet, and then quaver. And we're going to try one more time. Right. Now that you've tried that a few times and it feels a little easier, we can try to play the following one, which is the last one for this piece, the last tricky passage. What is the tricky part from this passage? That we have to again skip a few notes with the first and then the second finger going to the A, then progress to the C, little rest, and then D, and then when you are on the D note, you have to place your third finger on the C. That way you have enough fingers to go to the E. So if you're not used to do that, that's a very good place to just repeat this passage a few times, even from the D. And now we're going to play one more time together. Did you know the Beatles tried to make a film of Lord of the Rings starring themselves, but Tolkien wasn't keen on the idea and it was put to a speedy end. Great! Now that we have practiced both of these technical challenges, we're going to try and start from the beginning. So, from the beginning, we're starting with a little musical phrase between the first and second bar. So from the C to the C, or where you see the change of position. First position will be repeat that with me. Then you're going to move your hand to the E with the thumb and open up on the second finger on the G. And that's the second part. Sometimes it's also very good to say the notes out loud while you're practicing. That way it helps you keep track on exactly which note you're reading and which note you're playing. So E, G, A, C, B, G, E. Now, look at the following position. We have to go around the second finger, which we did before, and return to our first position to play the following part. So starting from the D, that's repeating from the beginning. Now, instead of going with the thumb on the E like before, we're going to go with the second finger. Let's repeat that together. A little rhythmic challenge here will be the A with the dot, which will be 1.5 beats. Do you have basic knowledge of rhythm and music notation? If you're not sure, watch this video up here and come back. Up to here, it's pretty straightforward, right? Once we've done the C major scale and the 2 technical challenges, it's very easy to play. Let's progress forward. Now that was a little bit challenging. Let's go back and just look at the positions. So the first position will be, then you move with the thumb on the E, open up to play the A, and then again. Did you recognize that? That was our second technical challenge. And then again, change position. Now, once you have finished this, if you want, you can repeat the first part, which is the main theme. So that's... and finish on C. So in this piece, there are not too many difficulties once you have practiced the two technical challenges in the beginning. Mainly 2 positions from C to E open position and going over the second finger. After you have practiced The Lord of the Rings on your own or with me, you could try to play it with the sheet music and the metronome in this video. Now watch our next video to learn Over the Rainbow and subscribe.